Welcome everyone to another episode of NRL Fantasy Gurus in Fantasy HQ. Taking a sip already. We are kicking it off with what round is it? 16.
16.
Second bye round, big one.
Terrible
big one.
16, I think they call it.
Yeah,
Oh, this is sucky.
Everything's just gone wrong with suspensions and injuries. We'll get into that later. Let's just get all this Origin stuff out of the way so we can actually get back to normal fantasy. But we'll start off with the player of the week. Introductions. My apologies.
Yes.
You know, in case you don't know who we are.
Wouldn't it be funny if someone's actually watching this for the first time, like working around 16?
What's wrong with you?
Did you go back and catch up? I sure as hell wouldn't.
No.
I would.
It's all good.
Round 4, that was the best episode.
Alright, so to your right is Mitch from Mitch's Lads FG, to your left is Red from Evan's FG, middle Goose FG, Alex. That was the wrong way around. Mitch, player of the week. Who we liking? NRL Fantasy Guru player.
We like Jazz Tavanga. He got 81 fantasy points, 2 offloads, 5 tackle breaks, 50 tackles, 184 metres. It's quite an impressive game from the young man.
It was base stats. It was a base stats player of the week. And that is
no tries, no line breaks in there, no try assists. So, yeah, that was a great game.
And he almost came up with a bit of an ankle injury too. He had a bit of a thing there. He's down, holding the ankle for a little bit. Got up,
Yeah.
soldiered on. A warrior effort.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, no,
By the way, Red's feeling a bit sick, so
I'm killing
that. That was big in the comedy level for someone of his sickness. All right, and then the Mitch for the injury report as well. We need some big injuries heading into this round.
Nathaniel Roach, unfortunately, he's done his ACL, so he's gone for the season. Your mate, Edric Lee, broken arm.
What's my mate?
Chicken leg Z.
Yeah, okay.
10 to 12 weeks, unfortunately for him. Kalen Ponga, a bit of a calf strain. This hurt a lot of fantasy coaches last week. 1 to 2 weeks, so hopefully he's back around 17. Fingers crossed.
Queensland. Suck it.
Anthony Milford and Richie Kenner haven't been determined yet, so I'm not quite sure the extent of them. George Burgess is at the judiciary, and I expect him to miss quite a few weeks.
Although I didn't like the way someone attacked his fingers like that.
Yeah.
That was rough. You don't attack a man's fingers like that with your eyeballs.
I know.
That's rough.
But Hudson Young's was way less, and he got 6 weeks, so I think anything less than that.
Josh Maguire's got for it twice this year, so he might just get out for fine. Whatever disappointing your name is, Takiaho, he's missing this week. Thank you. Concussion.
That's a killer for people who brought him in for this round specifically. Alright, so that's the injury report this week. We're going to mix up the order of things. Sorry, Red, we'll get to everyone's favourite segment soon.
Was this happening when I was like feeling sick? Like when
Yeah.
did we change the agenda, the schedule? Like what
You had
happened?
your head in the bowl, mate. We're fucking shit up. So, we're going to do it, and you haven't even prepared for this either, but we're going to do Guru Tactics. And,
What was that?
it's my, I don't know, it probably matches the thing I'm going to put up there. I think it's like this little guy with a goatee.
Like Zen or something?
Yeah, like Guru.
Nice.
Cool.
Anyway.
Cool. You do you.
So, we're going to talk about something that a lot of people have been asking about and freaking out about, really, and I'm freaking out because this is always something I do. We're going to talk just briefly about trades. Where you should probably be at, where you're at, and any advice for people watching out there on trades.
I unfortunately did do some preparation for this round, which I probably shouldn't have because it's amounted to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone I brought in is either now going to Origin or injured. Thanks, Norman.
How did he get it?
I don't know. He's like the last man standing. So now I'm in that, brought people in for this round. That's useless now. So I'm pretty much up shit creek for this week.
Do you have a paddle though?
No.
Oh, no paddle.
No, I let Corey hold it last week and he's gone. So
I dropped it in the drink.
yeah.
Well, I think, if you're at this point, with all these user searches that happened, I think the average amongst everyone will have about 10 players. If you're even lucky. Now, I don't know if you definitely shouldn't use all 4 trades this week on this round, because I think just assume that everyone's suffering. Unless you really want to make a huge jump on people, then go ahead. But
It's not worth
you're not going to be left with that many trades left if you're like me. I think I'm going to have 3 left after this week, and that's just going to be injury cover for 9 weeks of football.
So you're saying
That's
that
a problem.
by this point now, your team is going to be set.
I think
you have to be.
I think you need all your keepers in now. You've made your money in the first half of the year. You bring in all your keepers. You bring in the people you want to finish off your season, and you just need a few trades left for that long-term injury. And you need, some decent bench options to be able to slot in case there's like a niggling injury or something, or a suspension.
It is quite complicated to calculate how many trades to do now. Like, we can talk about how much a trade is worth, but then you got to start thinking long term. So say you bring in a player for this week and they get 50. Does that outweigh a guy you would have brought in the week after that 50 over the next course of the season? So you've got to take that 50 points and then divide it by another 8 rounds to go.
Yeah.
Can that player catch up that 50 points post that? So the way I look at it is, do I want to bring in someone for Norman? Not really. I want to bring in DCE instead, for Norman next week. And I don't think bringing someone in just for this week, because for me they're not a keeper. I think DCE is the premium half, so I think he's the guy you bring in. So I'm looking at it as, I don't trade Norman out this week. I trade him out next week for DCE, and that way you don't do it too early and bring him in and then he gets injured in Orange.
Yeah. I think that's the key. If you are going to do trades this week, unless you're literally trying to bottom dollar get some of those cash cows from the Broncos in there to make some money.
Like the 2 wingers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cash cows this week, and you'll see a lot of green dots at the bottom of the screen, which
For
are
those
tempting,
cheaper
but
guys.
they won't be able to cover you later in the
Unless
year.
you literally don't mind taking a punt on one of the Broncos when he's holding his spots for a bit of cover and you want to build some money. I think if you're going to bring anyone in this week, you're bringing them in with the vision that they're going to stay your team for the remainder of the season. So for me, I'm looking at doing maybe Corey Norman to 2 of us to Sheck. So I'm quite happy to have Sheck in my team long term.
Don't think you're the only one in the boat if you have 4 or 5 trades. So don't stress. We'll get through this together.
Actually, we didn't really say. So I'll have 5. At this point, I'm going to do 1 trade this week, Norman, I think for Sheck, and that's going to leave me 5 for the rest of the year.
I'm going to be having 3 left. I'll have 11 players this week, and I'll have 3 left after this week.
I'll have 4 trades left with 11 players playing.
So we're all up shit creek with you.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll head to everyone's favorite segment, Wall Street.
Oh, we're back on.
Yeah, we're back on.
Hooray!
And tell everyone how I did.
How you did?
How I did.
Oh wow, you took the cop out. Wow, you got there, man. Well done.
Well, that's good. Thank you.
I hope in the editing you put a little hat on you with confetti and maybe a whole parade, because you nailed it, man. You went it was the hard road.
I think I deserve this.
You deserve this?
I deserve all this more effort to make me look good.
Well, I hope you do that in the editing process, because I'm sure as shit not going to do it. Holmes picked Havili and he went to the bench.
Well done, mate.
It sucked.
Ball to the wall.
But
I even played it.
unfortunately, the way we have cut it up, you somehow get away from being Billy Madison again. And if you don't know, if you're joining us for the first time here in round 16, Wall Street is where we buy, sell, and pump brakes or beware on particular players. So, Mitch, you're on buy, beware, or pump the brakes, and we're going to start with you, mate. Where
Now,
are you at?
I could have gone a cop out. Just picked, I don't know, anyone that's averages 4 minutes and be like, don't bring him in. But that's not my style.
I said sell it. Sell. Anyway.
I like to take a risk. So that's why I'm going to say pump the brakes on Mitchell Pearce. Now he's worth 651,000. He's got a break even of 81.
That's huge.
His last 3 rounds, his average is only 28 points. But before that was his season average is still 46.5 points, which is still quite good. He's just had 3 really poor weeks, his last 3 weeks, which has drived up his price. Taking down his price, drive up his break even. So I think potentially could be an option if you wait a week or 2 and you need that kind of mid-tier long-term half. It could be a good option.
That's strange. It makes you wonder, was he playing so well in those a few weeks back, just trying to push for an origin spot, and now he's just sort of knows he's not getting it, so he's slacking off a bit. That's a bit strange, but 28 for the last 3 weeks. It's really poor. And then obviously a few more price drops ahead of him.
Well, I don't know if you watched the game. Did you see him trying to find the fucking sideline from a penalty?
No.
Holy crap, he couldn't find it. 2 attempts, didn't get across the sideline from a kick off a penalty. Are you
So
serious?
He's like Herms trying to find a good option for.
Yeah, just couldn't get there.
Nice.
Just horrible options.
But the effort's there.
I think, yeah, well, there was definitely effort, but just a huge mistake. Anyway, I think that Mitchell Pearce is definitely pump the brakes. I don't think people should be going gangbusters for him now because he's all of a sudden a little bit cheaper.
And
He's trending downwards.
there's still an option as well if Cleary doesn't pull up right that they call Pearce in the Origin this week.
Yeah, that too. Unless they want to put Wakeham in there again.
He killed it there though.
Yeah, but if Maloney goes down, then what do we do? Like, I think you need Jack White.
Clint Gutherson.
King Clint. He's the king of the West, so playing out in the West, he'll bring the people.
Oh, good lord. Anywho, moving on. Congratulations, Mitch, on a solid, risky pump the brakes. I like it. Alex, the successful pick of the week, the glorious man who went balls to the wall, who went outside the common thought box and just was like, no, I will not take the easy route. What are you doing this week, man? What are you doing?
You just know he's not going to take the easy route.
Just let me. Thank you. I got the bye this week, of course, because I was the best.
Oh, so you're not doing anything? Oh, thank God. Oh, you mean who you're going to buy?
And, you know what I mean? I don't take cop-outs, right?
No,
I'm a hard hitter.
That's not your style at all.
It's not my style. So I'm bringing in the round 15 NRL Fantasy Guru Player of the Week as the bye, Justavaga. No cop-outs over here. We're not fucking spiders no more. We're going balls to wall. Jazz, Yaz, Silent J, Yogging. I'm bringing him in. He is cheap. He's 527k. He's dual position player. He's only started one game this year. That was last week. And he got Player of the Week. He will be an interchange player for the rest of the season. He's a point per minute player. Averages 0.93. And he's got a super low break even of 15 this week. So he'll make some money. I have concerns with Lachlan Burr coming back into the side on the bench. But I don't think that will take too many minutes away from him. I think as long as Tohu Harris is out until round 21, you should have a decent start there for a while, make you some money, and then you can trade him out later if you have any trades left. But yeah, his average is 42 points for the year so far. And yeah, he's only started once. So I think that's just impressive in itself. He's played under 20 minutes twice as well this year, and he's got an average of 42. So Mitch mentions his stats. He's a base stat guy. He'll get you plenty of points, I think, at least until Tohu Harris is back. Good bring him.
If you guys want to send your resumes through, we are looking for another guru, as Alex will be leaving us, unfortunately. So thank you.
Make sure you don't take any cop-outs on your resume. Really go balls out on it. Well, I like the pick. I do. He was potentially going to be one of my trades, but yeah. My concern is Burr on the bench, but also Isaac Luke on the bench. I think that Carl Lawton has done very, very good at hooker. They really, really liked him. Hence why Isaac just wasn't even there last week. And only if Nathaniel Roach hadn't got injured, then I don't think Isaac Luke would have been there. But I think they do like to play Isaac Luke in the middle. And I think he will probably steal a few minutes because I don't think they're going to do just a traditional hooker swap.
Nah.
I think they like to have them both on the field at the same time. A little bit of niggle, a little bit of gusto out of the middle.
It is actually, it's a risky call. Because obviously you got Burr there. And like we've seen with players how quickly they can come back from injury these days.
Yeah.
With how everything's improving medically for them. So if there's a chance if Tohu Harris is back potentially next week that he's back to the bench.
But I don't see him getting anything under 50 minutes. And he's already averaging 42 points.
No, I think like even if he worst case scenario he does go to the bench, Burr starts, Harris is back, like he still will put up about that 40 point mark. But I really hope he bombs.
My only issue is we're talking about these are your final trades. Is Jazz Tavanga a guy who's getting you enough points at the back end of the season? If you're averaging 42, is that enough points for a player in the second row position to be getting you and winning?
It's a risky deal.
Winning it for you.
I think if you have the trades, he's worth the punt and he'll make you some money.
Well, he's definitely going to make you some money. So if you've got plenty of trades, all of it. If you're low on trades, give it a bit of thought. Give it a bit of thought.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Not a bigger cop out as I thought you were going to take. The fantasy player of the week.
Yeah. Well done, mate. Really.
I've sold a fantasy player of the week before in this segment, and that worked out well. So anyway.
Did you watch Bill kick out on the weekend? That guy was dynamite. He was fantastic. He was killing people. Cool. Now it's me. I'm gonna sell.
What are you selling?
I'm selling Mike Acevo from the Parramatta Eels. Now, I've looked at this dude has scored a lot of tries. A lot of tries. And hasn't got the greatest points.
No.
He's got like one game where he got like 70 in recent history. I think in the last 5 games he got 70 once. But he's been scoring tries and getting tries, assists, and only doing about 40 odd points. Now, I know he's a winger and winger's job is to score tries, but I think in that position when you can have the option of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, Caleb Ponga, James Tedesco, those are the guys that
Tommy Turbo.
Tommy Turbo's a hard one. He's in Origin this week, but I think there's those three are pretty much where everybody's at.
Yeah.
Everybody's at this point in time. If you can get Tommy Turbo later, go for it. He's killing it. But at 497k, selling him this week with a break even of 43, I don't think he's going to hit that. When he does come back the following week, I think he's going to free up some cash to get you a guy like one of those, and if not, Tommy Turbo the following week after this round.
I think it's a great option. Obviously, Para don't play this week. So if you are looking to bring someone in like a Sheck this week, he's a great option.
Yeah, and not too much more expensive Sheck at the moment. So,
Mm.
I think in the last, this is the first time he hasn't scored a try last week in 8 weeks. So he's been getting pretty solid scores, but he obviously is dependent on tries. And there's one team I don't trust in this league with points. It's Parramatta. So.
Yeah. Like even Nathan Brown can't get good points.
No.
What the hell's going on there?
It was in my plans to bring in. I looked at your score last week. I'm like, sucked.
Yeah, but I sold him last week. I think it's a great option.
Get him out.
You didn't have
Get him out. Anywho, that wraps up Wall Street. I did it without knowing. Yeah, I like to get it so you guys can't be there. Good job, Mitch.
But it's
You nailed it, buddy.
It's alright, because we've got the best segment back anyway. And again, Red's head was in the bowl, doesn't even know about it. Start him or ship him. The old captain segment, it's back!
Can we just give it, I actually really like that segment this week, but can we give it a better fucking name?
No, we can't.
Because where are they getting shipped to? They're a captain.
That's it.
But that's like it's like start him or sit him, like they do in American fantasy. Anyway, it's fun, and I get to put
But
Captain
you are
Jack.
sitting them on the bench. Where are you shipping these guys to? If they're a captain option, you're not shipping them.
It sucks.
Alright, let's call it inaugural fantasy guru captain.
Love it.
Captain of the week.
Captain of the
It's a
week.
good one.
Sucks.
Or we can call him the Big C.
You
Whatever
have
you
to
want
come
to give
up
it, mate.
You have to come up with a new little logo and everything.
The big Kahuna.
Ah, the Big Kahuna. I like that. New segment, guys. The Big Kahuna.
Who are you making the big Kahuna this week, Hemps?
You know what, I was going to open the floor, give you all options, but I'm just going to point out the top three just to screw all you up and you can wing it from there.
Okay.
The big three, we'll call them the big three this week.
Mm-hmm.
Payne Haas, Cameron Smith, Cameron McInnes.
Great options.
Great options.
They're
They've all
your
got
three.
big cojones.
Yeah.
You need to have one of those three as your captain this week, I feel. There's
What
some
about-
other options.
What about just Tonga? Glad he won last week.
Yeah,
He
maybe.
was the fantasy player of the week
It
last
could
week.
be an option.
And he's going to play more than 50 minutes.
We hope. I hope. But they're your three. I'm making Payne Haas my captain this week. I'll lock that in. I don't know about you boys.
I'm going Cameron myself. I think.
Which Cameron? There's two.
Oh yeah, they are too.
Massacre or Smitty McCall.
I'm going Smitty.
To be honest with you.
With no Munster,
You
and
want
the
to keep
host-
leaders, you reckon?
host of other people missing, and let's be honest, I don't trust Brodie Croft. I think his workload's gonna step up.
I'm also doing Cameron Smith. I think that he's an absolute must, especially without Cameron Munster. Brodie Croft doesn't seem to be able to carry the team to a point. Billy Walters is in there, filling in for Cam Munster. Jerome Hughes can fill in at half a little bit, but I feel like he's going to be pushed to the back unless they do bring the Paps on and he goes up. But Cameron loves getting up. And you got the two Camerons against each other this week, actually. You got the Dragons versus the Storm in the opening game of the round. So it's all on the line, and I'm picking Cameron Smith.
I'm gonna go him as my big Kahuna as well.
He's my big cojones. He's the big cojones.
Dragons do like working it through the middle, so yeah, there should be plenty of tackles for Cam in the middle there. But
Agreeing
I,
that, yeah.
I still
Yeah,
like
you're
playing half. I still like playing half.
The
But there
hustle
are
team.
other options, you know, if you don't have those guys for some reason. You know, we've got Twall, McCulloch, Madison, RTS if you want to take a real chance at a big score if you're trying to play catch up, if you want to take a bit of a... I don't know, I think he could be an option. If you didn't hear it here. Doesn't do well. You didn't hear it.
You did.
Alright, and then we'll go into our league standings. Same as every week. The leader of the NRL Fantasy Guru
Are we
League.
catching him yet? Is anyone catching him yet?
He's only got 16 points on second now,
Ooh.
so he's...
She's tight.
It might just be a matter of time before we have a new NRL Fantasy Guru League leader. You right there?
Just having a look.
More personal space. He's got a total overall score of 13,382, so well done for keeping that up. Quaz WSX, how you say your name. Good job. And the NRL Fantasy Guru round 15 leader was Schnickos.
Oh, Schnickos.
So well done, Schnickos. I see you're closing in on the top 10 too. So well done with a score of 960 last week. Now we'll pop up our scores above our heads for last week. I'm sitting around the 250 mark overall. You know, I want to be in the top 100, so you know, got to pick it up a bit. I think, what are you guys, like 300?
I had a shocking week, so I didn't even look.
Okay.
I think I'm 350.
350. So we're all in the top 1,000.
350.
Definitely.
That was what I saw on Sunday. I'm going with it.
And
350.
Nice, well done, mate.
that wraps us up. Red, you can go put your head back in the bowl. Mitch, you can...
I didn't even drink much.
I know, what do you do?
I feel like a bitch.
What do you do on your time off?
Just kind of sit around and
No, that's fine.
sing about
We
life.
could do guru profiles.
Just give me more work. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Mitch, what can they do?
Like, subscribe, comment, guys. We love to hear the feedback.
You do.
You want to add anything,
It
Red?
gets a bit testy.
You want to add anything, or you just want
No,
this
I
video
think-
to end so you can go through it?
Pretty much. I'm waiting for you to wrap this shit up.
Cheers, guys.
See you next week.
Subscribe.